The Roman invasion of Britain. The Romans tried to invade Britain for quite a while before they actually managed it. Julius Caesar first started trying about 50 years BC, but the first Roman emperor to actually have any success was Emperor Claudius, nearly 100 years after that. It took the Romans many years to conquer most of Britain. The battles raged on. In about AD 60, the Romans nearly lost it all. Why? They messed with the wrong woman. Emperor Nero had taken over by then. Nero's troops kept fighting in Britain. They had taken over a lot of the land by then, and many of the British tribes had agreed deals with the Romans. One of these tribes was the Isla of East Anglia. Bouddica was the queen of the Isla. Her husband, the king, wanted things to be peaceful after he died, so he had a bright idea of leaving half of his kingdom to Bouddica and the other half to Nero. Surely Nero would share nicely, but when the king died, the Romans behaved badly. "No, I won't share. I want it all." "But, Your Excellency, that was the deal." "Get the deal. I want it all. Beat up Bouddica and her daughters in public. That should teach them a lesson." And so they did. Maybe the biggest mistake those Romans ever made. We'll make those Romans regret what they did to us. Who's with me? The Iceni were a proud tribe. They decided to fight the Romans and follow Bouddica. They weren't the only ones. Many tribes were fed up with the Romans, and they just needed a strong leader to turn their whinging into action. Bouddica was the perfect leader to do that. Bouddica! Don't mess with Bouddica. We'll show those silly Romans stop to mess with us. Bouddica! Don't mess with Bouddica! And now to attack Colchester, we'll burn it to the ground. And they did. That certainly got the Romans' attention. And now we'll burn London to the ground. Bouddica's army also burned another Roman city to the ground. They meant business. Your Excellency, Bouddica and her British tribes have killed nearly 80,000 Romans. Her army is huge and they are fierce. Perhaps we should give up on Britain and leave her to it. No, I will not be beaten by Gael. Tell Governor Suetonius to beat them now. Suetonius knew that the Roman army he had left in Britain would not be enough to beat Bouddica and the tribes in an open battlefield. What we need is a narrow battlefield, so that only a few of them can fight us at a time. That's exactly what they did. The Romans picked a narrow valley up Watling Street as the site to battle Bouddica and her army. Go get them! The Britons fought bravely, but the ones at the back couldn't get near enough to help. The narrow valley stopped them. This allowed the Romans, who had better armour and better weapons, to fight off the Britons in a small number at a time. The battle was long and bloody, but at the end the Romans won. But there's a mystery about what happened to Bouddica. She disappeared after the Battle of Watling Street, so she probably died there. But many people think she took poison to kill herself rather than to be captured by the Romans. So the Romans continued to rule over much of Britain for many years to come, about 350 years in fact, but eventually they left as the Roman Empire was falling apart. So what did they leave us with? They did have some amazing technology and inventions. They built much better roads and buildings than the Britons before them. The Romans taught the Britons ways of farming. The Romans also brought lots of other inventions like underfloor heating, public baths and plumbing. Britain would be very different and much smellier place today if it hadn't been for the Romans. But Bouddica is still my hero.